Take price $23,000, but Guangzhou price $600.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton.
Today's show about luxury bags carefully handcrafted in China. Turns out your quote-unquote made in Italy luxury handbag might have more ties to Chinese factories than to Tuscany. Thanks to viral TikToks from Chinese factory workers, the internet is now in a frenzy.
By now, we've all seen it. The iconic Birkin bag, casually draped on the arms of celebrities, billionaires, and the ultra-elite. It's not just a handbag. It's the ultimate symbol of luxury. With a price tag hovering around $40,000, assuming you're lucky enough to even buy one, it's more status statement than fashion piece. Hermes has sold us a fantasy, exquisitely handcrafted works of art, made by expert artisans in the sun-kissed corners of rural France. But what if I told you that the Birkin bag, the very symbol of luxury, might not be everything we've been led to believe? The internet was rocked by a revelation so explosive, it's forcing people to rethink everything they thought they knew about the high-end fashion world. A truth so startling, it threatens to shake the foundation of luxury's most iconic status, symbol. According to a now viral video, the reality behind these luxury bags is far more complicated than the story we've been sold. The Birkin bag, long seen as the pinnacle of fashion, may not be handcrafted in the heart of Paris after all. In fact, most of its production reportedly takes place far from the romantic image of France, in factories in China. What's marketed as a masterpiece of French craftsmanship might actually be assembled at a fraction of the cost overseas, then shipped to Europe, rebranded, and sold at sky-high prices. This revelation has rocked the luxury fashion industry, leaving buyers wondering, if these bags are actually made in China, why do they cost so much? More importantly, why has Hermes kept this a secret for so long? Sorry to bring the bad news, but it's time to lay it all out. The video that sparked the controversy came from a Chinese manufacturer who, tired of the brand's claims, decided to reveal the truth. He says that the materials Hermes prides itself on, such as the leather, thread, and hardware, aren't the exclusive luxury items they're portrayed to be. Instead, they're sourced from various places worldwide and assembled in China at a much lower cost. Let's begin with the leather used in the Birkin bag. Hermes has always claimed that it sources only the finest leather from top suppliers in Italy, France, and Germany. These include MTI from Italy, Weinheimer from Germany, and another unnamed French supplier, all known for their premium leather, with each piece costing around $450. Sounds luxurious, right? But here's the twist. While the leather is indeed high quality, it's not exclusively crafted by French artisans. After all, a cow is a cow. Chinese manufacturers insist that these bags are actually assembled in China, using leather shipped from these same upscale suppliers. Next up is the thread, the essential material that keeps everything intact. Hermes uses a high-end thread called fil à linea, sourced from France. It's known for its strength, durability, and luxury, costing roughly $25 per bag. The hardware is equally impressive, crafted from 316 stainless steel, often referred to as ocean-grade steel because of its resistance to rust and corrosion. Without a doubt, it's premium quality.
Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Muti from Italy. The second is Weinheimer from Germany, and the third is Haas from France. One piece of Togo leather, the same leather as this one, will cost 450 USD. And one piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay? And next, thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called fil à chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce in thread. For each bag, the cost is 25 USD. And then hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel. For one piece of bag, the hardware will cost 150 USD. The edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. is called heat seal edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior lining, it used lambskin imported from France. For each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. And the zipper for one bag is 10 USD. And then the cost of human resource. The French artisans is much more expensive than Chinese artisans. To finish one bag, the human resource cost will be 600 USD. The package, this is not that expensive, it's 10 USD. So now to sum those up, the total cost will be 1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag? That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But if you do not care about the logo, you just want the same quality, same material, you can just buy from us. Because for our bags, we use exactly the same material, same leather, same hardware, same edge oil. The only difference is one, we don't have the logo, so we don't have to pay so much amount of money just for that logo. And second, our human resource is much cheaper. This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD, but even better quality.
But here's the catch. All these high-end materials are reportedly being put together in factories in China, not in France, as Hermes would have us believe. The Chinese manufacturer in the video revealed that while Hermès promotes the Birkin as a masterpiece of French craftsmanship, most of the actual assembly takes place far from Paris. These bags, which sell for tens of thousands of dollars, are being made for just a small fraction of that cost. So here's the situation. The Hermès Birkin controversy has gone viral on social media, and people are absolutely losing it. Everywhere you turn, folks are calling out the brand. Many feel completely misled. And if these bags are truly made in China, how can they justify charging nearly $40,000 each? It really makes you question, are we paying for genuine quality? Or is it all just an illusion? And the craziest part, some people are downright furious, accusing Hermès of deceiving everyone. Meanwhile, others dismiss the whole story as fake, claiming it's just lies made up by the Chinese. But then there's another perspective, that it's not really about the bag itself, but the brand name. That's where things get a bit murky. If you can get the exact same bag made in China for a fraction of the cost, it really makes you question what you're actually paying for. It starts to feel like people are buying into the brand's image more than the actual product. And it wasn't just everyday people getting upset. Fashion experts and insiders joined the conversation too. Some defended Hermès, arguing that even if the bags are assembled in China, the brand still maintains high standards of quality and craftsmanship. But others pushed back, saying it's time for the luxury industry to face reality. They pointed out that brands like Hermès and Louis Vuitton build their reputation on selling ultra-premium products, yet much of their manufacturing happens in countries with far lower labor costs. Kind of feels off, doesn't it? And here's where it gets even juicier. It's not just Hermès under the spotlight. Big names like Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton also produce many of their items in China. In fact, according to one source, over 80% of luxury goods come from China, something these brands rarely admit openly.
Luxury brands around the world, Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages.
Louis Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this, revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go! Hanglong from Singapore, or Odin for their lambskin from France. Tannery Haas, Italian tannery, Fight. Reputational from Italy. Guess where I found all those secret suppliers? All in APIF, Hong Kong.
Honestly, this really turns the whole luxury industry on its head. Remember when made in France or made in Italy was a huge selling point? Now it feels more like a marketing gimmick than a true mark of quality. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying these bags have suddenly become bad or lost their craftsmanship. They're still well made. But it's wild to think that these luxury brands built their entire reputation on being exclusive, high quality, and rooted in heritage. And now, if the reality is that most of the work happens in factories, far from those claimed origins, well, what does that say about their entire business? It's definitely a big deal, wouldn't you agree? But now the situation is heating up. People aren't just buying the hype anymore. They're demanding answers and even refunds. I mean, if I'm spending thousands on a bag, where exactly is that money going? Am I really paying for genuine craftsmanship, or just the brand's fancy logo slapped onto something made in a regular factory like any other product?
So confused because Hermes clearly purports that all of their bags are handmade in France and their watches are made in Switzerland. In their verbiage, there is no room for confusion about where their products are manufactured. There's no room for China. But in the beginning of that video, that nice Chinese man is clearly standing in front of what appear to be Hermes bags, saying that these are the bags that we manufacture. I noticed he didn't say Hermes when he called out all the brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Coach. But the implication was very clearly there. And if Hermes products, specifically their bags, are made from beginning to end in France, why would their valuation drop with the news that Chinese manufacturers are spilling the tea? It says right here on their website, the vast majority of our products are manufactured in France. Talk about sourcing cashmere from Mongolia, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely nothing about China. And those purses that man was standing in front of were identical to Hermes bags, correct? So does that mean Hermes is lying?
And that's the issue. Luxury brands like Hermes are being called out big time. This isn't just some small slip-up or rumor. It's something much bigger. It feels like the industry is going through a major shift. People are waking up and questioning what luxury really means today. In 2025, that word doesn't carry the same weight it once did. Consumers aren't just accepting those steep price tags anymore. They want transparency and proof. And when they don't get it, they make their voices heard. Comment sections explode. Hashtags trend everywhere. Meanwhile, Hermes has stayed completely quiet. No official statements, no apologies, no standard PR responses, just silence. They're clearly hoping the storm will pass unnoticed. Meanwhile, some companies have come forward to refute these rumors. NBC News reported that multiple brands have denied the allegations circulating.
And does not work with the manufacturers identified in the online videos, and we urge consumers to be aware of potentially counterfeit products and misinformation. Authentic Lululemon products are only available for purchase at our Lululemon store location. Note that the company has long maintained its products are made only in Europe and the United States, as it currently states on its website.
At the same time, brands like Louis Vuitton are quite open on their websites about where and how their products are made. It's also important to note that some of the viral TikTok videos fueling this controversy have been fact-checked and found to be misleading. Conrad Quilty Harper, author of Dark Luxury, told The Independent that people are confusing illegitimate knockoff factories in China with the legitimate ones. He explained that these factories are savvy on social media and skilled at convincing Western companies to produce their goods there. France 24 News has also investigated these claims, echoing similar concerns. Whether true or not, these allegations have seriously damaged the reputation of luxury brands like Hermes. Many people online are now calling for a boycott, fed up with the controversies. Hermes's silence on the matter speaks volumes, leaving fans to wonder what's really going on. With viral videos spreading fast, Hermes might even consider halting production of some Birkin models to protect their image. This could cause major delays for customers already on long wait lists, or those who've paid hefty deposits. Past lawsuits, including one in California accusing Hermes of forcing customers to buy other items just to access Birkins, have also added to frustrations. Some buyers have waited months or years without any guarantee of receiving their bags. If the rumors about Birkin bags' origins are true, Hermes may have to pause production to address the fallout, leaving customers waiting even longer. Many might demand refunds or file lawsuits, especially where strict laws protect product origin claims. Selling items as made in France when they're not could be considered fraud. This could become a huge legal issue for Hermes. The resale market is shaky too, with some sellers rushing to sell and others holding tight. Authentication platforms face new challenges verifying bags mislabeled as French, casting doubt on the entire luxury resale and leaving collectors feeling deceived. Hermes rivals watch closely, some relieved, others nervous. If Hermes stumbles over outsourcing while charging premium prices, who's next? The backlash might have been less severe if Hermes had been honest about global sourcing, but their silence and insistence on a Parisian image shattered trust, and it can't be repaired now.